Okay, so write on the heading, locating the position of elements in periodic table. Right, in the locating the position, first thing we need to identify the period. How to identify the period? Next, group, element belongs to which group? Next is block, element belongs to which block? Okay, now come on, tell me. Let us take first is period. How to identify the given element belongs to which period? It is very simple. So previously also we discussed, right? So a given element belongs to which period can be identified by its electronic configuration. How? In electronic configuration, tell me the maximum principal quantum number. The maximum principal quantum number of a given element indicates its period number, right? So therefore, write down, period is nothing but, period number can be identified by maximum period number can be identified by maximum principal quantum number. So that is maximum principal quantum number or period number equal to maximum principal quantum number, right? So therefore, now tell me, let us take one example, sodium. So what is the atomic number of sodium? It is 11. Then can you write electronic configuration? It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So therefore 11 electron. Tell me, this is 1 is a principal quantum number which is called minimum principal quantum number, 2 also principal quantum number, 3 also principal quantum number. But here period number equal to maximum principal quantum number, which is the maximum, that is 3. Therefore for sodium the maximum principal quantum number is 3. Therefore sodium belongs to third period, right? So therefore it is belongs to third period. Understand? Like one more example, let us take boron. Come on, tell me, atomic number is 5. Write electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. There are 5 electrons. Therefore, tell me. So there is a 1, 2, 2. So 2 is a maximum principal quantum number. Therefore, period number equal to 2. That is second period. Next, one more example, chlorine. Identify the period number first.
Chlorine 17th atomic number, sir.
Atomic number is 17.
Third period.
Right, electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. 10 plus 5, no, 10 plus 2 plus 5, 17. So therefore it is belongs to third period. So like that you can identify the given element belongs to which period. Okay, next, important is groups. So identification of group, right? Tell me. So group can be identified by, of course, valence electron, but it is different for different block element. Right? For example, S block element. For S block element, group number equal to.
It's a valence electron.
Yes, it is just valence electron, nothing but ns electrons. Right? So therefore the number of ns electron, which is nothing but valence electron, which gives group number for S block element.
10 plus 1.
Yes, whereas for P block element, Can you tell me where the p block element present? After d block, no? After d block, right side. Therefore s blocks 1 first second, then p block is 13, no? 13 14 15. It means middle comes what? D block. So therefore, so here group number equal to it is 10 plus, that is d block, valence electron. Valence electron nothing but ns plus np electrons. Important. So why we are adding it 10 here?
10 D block.
This 10 is a d block element, right? 10 plus, because after d block no electron goes to d f, that is pr. So therefore 10 plus ns plus np. This ns plus np nothing but valence electrons. Next, in case of d block element, tell me for a d block element what is the group number where the d block element present?
From
3 to 12. 3 to 12 after s block, right? Electron enters into s block, then after s block electron should be enter into n minus 1d, because d block no, yes, then d. That means group number, yes, ns plus n minus 1d electron. ns plus n minus 1d, where ns is a valency, n minus 1 is a penultimate electrons. Valency plus penultimate electron, which gives group number in d block. Then finally for f block element, come on. So how do you calculate group number in f block element?
Group number is 3, sir.
So all f block elements are belongs to third group. How and why?
Lanthanide,
So where the lanthanide actinide present in third group? No. Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinum. In lanthanum box there is a lanthanide. Actinum box there is a actinide. Then scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinum belongs to third group. Therefore all f block elements are just they belongs to third group. You need not to calculate, you just remember lanthanide, actinide, that is f block elements are third group. Okay, now let's see some examples. Take us same example, sodium. Tell me, I want sodium belongs to which period and which group? Come on, tell me what is the group and what is the period?
Third period, first group.
Right. So period is just now we have seen electronic configuration now, right? So electronic configuration already we have written here, right? Here written, that is third group now. It is a group, sorry, third period now. Period is third. The maximum principal quantum number. Then tell me group.
First group.
Right. So and moreover, can you tell me which block it is?
S block.
S block. Why? You see, differentiating electron enters into s orbital. If the differentiating electron enters into s orbital, it is called s block. So therefore sodium belongs to s block. So for s block element, how do you calculate the group number, which is equals to ns electron? Then tell me group number equal to ns electron. There are how many ns electron? See the electronic configuration. Ns electrons is, wait, sorry, here no, it is only one no. N means outermost. N, yes, 3s, 1. It means one electron. So therefore it is a first group. First year, one group. Okay. Next tell me block. How to identify the element belongs to which block?
The differentiating electron enters to which?
Yeah, it is also based on electronic configuration. Write down block. Identification of block. It is based on differentiating electron, right? It is based on differentiating differentiating electron. Now that is, if the differentiating electron enters into s orbital, that is, if differentiating electron enters into, come on, tell me, s orbital, s block. If the differentiating electron enters into p orbital, that is p block. If the differentiating electron enters into d orbital, d block, and f orbital is f block. Okay. Next one question, madam. Identify the position of following elements in periodic table. Identify the position of following elements in the periodic table. 1. Phosphorus. 2. Nitrogen. 3. Scandium. 4. Nickel. 5. Zinc. 6. Helium. 7. Lanthanum. 8. Actinium. 9. Thorium. 10. Lawrencium. So identify the position of these following elements in the periodic table. Tell me, identify the position means what you have to identify? One is a period, right? Element belongs to which period? Next, group. You need to identify the element belongs to which group? Next is block. Right? Come on, tell me. The first element is phosphorus. Okay? You know, to identify the position of any element, you need to write first electronic configuration. If you know, better write electronic configuration. Come on, tell me, what is the electronic configuration of phosphorus? It is a 15 atomic number, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p, 15 no? 3p3. Jaid, correct? Huh? Okay. So this is the electronic configuration of phosphorus. Come on, tell me. First is block. Phosphorus belongs to which block? So differentiating electron, that is p. So lost electron present in the p orbital. Since lost electron present in p orbital, it is a p block. Okay. Next, period. Come on, tell me. So period number is equals to maximum principal quantum number. What is the maximum principal quantum number here? 3. Therefore, it is a third period. Next, group. Tell me, group number equal to, for p block element. So group number equal to, for p block element, 10 plus ns plus np, yes or no? Np electrons. This is the formula. Formula you have to remember. So group number equal to 10. You just write 10 plus ns plus np electron. Come and tell me how many ns and np. First of all, you should know what is the meaning of n. N is a outermost. Which is here? Which is the outermost here? 3, 3. So this is outermost now. Ns, Np. There are how many ns electron? 2. Np is 3. That means 2 plus 3 equal to 15. That means group number equal to 15. Finish. Right? Similarly, nitrogen. Come on, tell me. Write the atomic number of nitrogen, that is 7. Its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, 2p3. Come on, tell me what is the block, period and group. Come on, tell me. Block is p block. Why? Differentiating electron is present in p orbital, so therefore p block. Next, period. So period number is equals to maximum principal quantum number. Which is the maximum principal quantum number? 2. Therefore it is second period. Next, group. For group number, for it is a p block element. For p block element, group number equal to 10 plus ns plus np electrons. That is a 10 plus ns is how many? 2 plus it is 3, which is equals to 15. So therefore nitrogen also 15th group element. Okay. Do it this scandium. Shweta, did all? Thorium this also. Okay, good. Scandium. Come on, tell me. Scandium electronic configuration, it is 21 atomic number, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d1. Right? Come on, tell me. First block. Scandium belongs to which block? You see the differentiating electron present into d orbital, therefore it is a d block. Next, period. Come on, tell me. Period number equal to what? Maximum principal quantum number. Tell me, what is the maximum principal quantum number here? 3 or 4? 4. Where 3 is a n minus 1. Maximum we want n. N is a 4. Right? Therefore, it is a fourth period. Next, group number. So group number equal to ns electron, right? Ns plus n minus 1d electrons. Ns are 2 electrons plus n minus 1d is 1. It is a 3, third group. Okay. Similarly, next example is what? Helium. Nickel. Okay. Come on, tell me. Nickel. What is the block? First period.
D block.
It is a D block. Fourth period. 10th group. Correct? 10th group. Next, zinc. Block, period and group. Block is D block. Next period is 4th. Group is 12th. Next is helium. Is there? Next, helium. Helium. What is the block?
First period, 18th group, P block.
It is a P block, no? So we studied that the element P block, but which is not having P electrons, in which there is no differentiating electron, that is P electron. If you read electronic configuration 1s2, it's supposed to be S block because differentiating electron present into S orbital, but it is a P block element. That is exception. You should remember. Block is P. Next is, tell me, period number. It is a first period. Next, group number.
18th group.
18th group. Okay. Next is, tell me, lanthanum. Okay, lanthanum.
6th period third group.
So lanthanum belongs to which block first? Tell me. Lanthanum is D block or F block? D block. Lanthanum is a D block, but lanthanides are F block. So therefore it is a D block element. Can you tell me why this is a D block element? You should remember electronic configuration. So better remember lanthanum and actinium electronic configuration. You by heard it. There is no other way. You must remember. Come on, tell me. So lanthanum, actinium, lanthanum electronic configuration. 6. Differentiating. You have written? No. Tell me. 6s2 4f0 5d1. Right. So this is the electronic configuration of lanthanum. In lanthanum, differentiating electron enters into d orbital. See, now actually what happens now? What happens? Electron first enters into 6s2. After filling 6s2, electron supposed to be enter into f orbital. That is 4f. This supposed to be happen because it has low energy. After this, it has low energy. Okay. After this, electron enter should be entered here. But what happened here? In case of lanthanum, electron do not enter into f orbital. Instead of f orbital, it enter into 5d orbital. Okay. Therefore, 6s2 4f0 5d1 is the electronic configuration. So therefore it is a D block element. Lanthanum is a D block. Okay. Next, come on, what is the period number? So we know that period number is equals to maximum principal quantum number. Maximum principal is 6th. Right. Next is group number. Group number for lanthanum. Tell me. It is a D block element. No. For a D block element, Ns plus N minus 1d electrons. Ns is a 2. So that is a 2 plus N minus 1 is equals to 3. Third group. Okay. So this electronic configuration is important. You must remember. If you remember this electronic configuration, you can write electronic configuration of all lanthanides easily. Next, actinium. Come on. What is the block? What is the period and group? Come on, tell me. Block is a D block. So why this is a D block? Again electronic configuration. So what is electronic configuration of actinium? It is a 7s2 5f0 6d1. Now here also, what happened? What supposed to be happen actually? After filling electron in 7s orbital, electron supposed to be enter into 5f, because after 7s, now 5f has more energy. Then 6d has again more energy, right? It has to follow Aufbau rule. No? What Aufbau rule says? Aufbau rule says that electron first enters into low energy orbital, then followed by high energy. Which is low energy? 7s. After this 5f. After this 6d. Right? But here this is violating Aufbau principle. Electron enter 2 electron enter here. All right. You cannot write 3 electron. But it has this actinide has 3 electrons. Right. So 2 electron enter here. 1 electron supposed to be enter here. If 1 electron enter here, it should be 0. Then it become what? F block. Right. If it is happen, it become A block. But it is not happening. Then what happening here? So after filling 7s electron, electron directly enters into 6d. That is 1 here. That means it is skipping 5f orbital. Then 5f become 0. Now that's what actinium belongs to D block, where differentiating electron enter into 6d orbital. So therefore it is D block. Then period number, maximum principal quantum number is 7, therefore it is a 7th period. And next is for group number ns plus n minus 1d electron for d block, therefore 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Okay, next is thorium. One more example is lawrencium. Okay, tell me thorium, lawrencium. So what is the group and period number? Let's see first thorium 19, no? Tell me first is block, period and group.
Third group, 7th period.
You need not to write anything if you know lanthanides, actinides. Can you tell me this thorium belongs to whether lanthanide or actinide? Actinide. So actinide start from actinide start from thorium, no? Thorium 92, lawrencium 103. So therefore thorium is the starting element of actinoid, right? So therefore all lanthanide actinides are which block? F block, right? Next, period number. Come on, tell me. Yeah, actinides belongs to 7th period, lanthanide belongs to 6th period. Lanthanides are 6th period, actinides are 7th period. Group number, all F block elements are 3rd group, right? Then if you are able to write electronic configuration, that is well and good. What is the electronic configuration of thorium? Tell me, thorium is the element comes after actinium. So where we have written actinium electronic? Yeah, we have written here. So therefore after this, no, electron enters into that electron comes where? Thorium. If you want to write thorium electronic configuration, this will be same, 7s2, right? Then 5f1, 6d1. It means after filling d1, no, electron directly enter into f, that is f1. Therefore thorium comes after immediate what? Actinium. Therefore if you remember actinium electronic configuration, it is easy to write thorium. Okay, next is lawrencium. So lawrencium also element which belongs to actinoid, right? That is the last element. Now tell me, so what is the block? Block is equals to F block. Next, period number, period number equal to 7th period. Next, group number equal to all F block elements are 3rd group. Then if you want to write electronic configuration, that is also important. So it is 103, no? 103. So remember again, same this is electronic configuration. 7s2 is as it is 5f14, 6d1. So that means this is the last element, no? Lawrencium is the last element in actinoid series. In last element it means, so this 5f orbital must be filled with completely filled with 14 electrons. Okay, so electronic configuration of starting element, and this is the ending element of actinides. Okay, so in this way you can identify the position of any given. So take one more question. Identify the block, comma, period and group of the following elements with Z equal to, or with atomic number, with Z equal to or with atomic number? It clearly with atomic number 88, 103, 106, 118, 116, 109, comma 109. Okay, let's finish this first. Right, so this is another question. In this question they have given the atomic numbers. Atomic number 88 element, which is belongs to which block, which period, which group.
Yes, blocks are
Okay.
considered.
So let's say first is Z equal to 88. Come on, tell me, if the atomic number is 88, belongs to which group? First which block first? Which block? Okay, so to understand this, you need to remember noble gas atomic numbers. Can you tell me what are the noble gases?
Helium, argon,
Noble gases are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So noble gases atomic numbers you must remember 2, 10, 18, 18, 36, 54, 86. So these are the atomic numbers of noble gases. Right. Now, so all the periods ends with noble gas. Right. All the periods ends with noble gas and starts with what? Alkali metals, isn't it? For example, here helium is an element. After helium, elements the element starting element is lithium, right? Atomic number is 3. Okay, that means if I write element lithium here, next below is lithium, sodium, potassium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. So helium atomic number is 2. Then after helium, lithium comes 3. Next neon 10. After neon, sodium comes. Argon. Next potassium. That is 19. It is 36, 37, 54, 55, 86, 87. It means if 87 is a francium, first group element,
88 is
then what is the 88 atomic number element? That is a one other group come here, no? First group, second group ending element is what? Radium. That means radium is a 88. So therefore francium, even radium both are belongs to S block. So therefore block is a S block. You need not write electronic configuration. See, it is not required always writing electronic configuration. It take much time and sometimes you may not able to write also. So therefore you can find like this: 88 atomic number element is nothing but radium. It is a S block. Next is period and group. So period, say, remember it is a 7th period, no? The 7th period first element is francium. So therefore atomic number Z 87 to 118. All these elements are belongs to 7th period. Important. 7th period. Right? In 7th period, first element is 87 atomic number. Last element is 118. So therefore here we got atomic number is what? 88. It must be belongs to 7th period. And group. So already we are written second group now. Radium comes in second group. Beryllium, magnesium, right? Calcium, strontium, barium, radium. It is a second group element. Okay. Next, 103. Come on, tell me. First is block. Which is belongs to which block? F block. Why? Tell me. Do you know atomic number 103 is a Lawrencium, right? We know that thorium 92, Lawrencium 103 are belongs to actinides, right? All actinides are F block, and all actinides belongs to 7th period. Lanthanides are 6th period, actinides are 7th. Next group is all lanthanide actinide belongs to which group? 3rd group. So 3rd group nothing but even can we write 3b group? Yes or no? 3rd group or 3b group. Okay. Next is 106. So atomic number is 106. Block, tell me. D block. How? Yes, we know that thorium 92, Lawrencium 103. These are only a block, no? Right? Then the element after 103, which is must be D block. So therefore it is a D block element. Next period. So just now we have studied the element after 87 and above, all are belongs to 7th period. And groups, tell me how to identify group number. So to identify group number, you see the last 2 digits 06. So therefore it is a 6th group. Right, last 2 digits indicate the group number, that too particularly after 103, not 100. If atomic number is 100, group is 0, na? So therefore it is applicable after 103. Right, next similarly 118. Come on. It is a P block. P block. How do you say it is a P block? Yeah, last 2 digit it is 18. So 18 is nothing but 18th group. 18th group comes P block. So therefore 18th group, which period? 7th period. Why? The element after 87 and above, all are 7th period. Okay, like that 116 fast. Tell me 116. It is also P block. Why? Why P block? 16th group, 16th group. Right. Next, which period? 7th period. Because atomic number is so 116. It is after 87 only. Okay. Next is 109. So 109.
D block 7th period 9th group.
D block. Why it is D block? 09. So 09 comes D block, because D blocks are what? 3rd to 12th group. So 3rd to 12th group elements are D block. Therefore it is a 9th group. It means D block.
7th period 9th.
Next is 7th period and group is 9th group. Okay. So therefore you can identify the position of element if they give atomic numbers. Take down. Identification of atomic number of elements in periodic table. Identification of atomic number of elements in periodic table. Okay. Take one example. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Identify the atomic number of these elements. Right. So to identify the atomic numbers, I'll tell you there are two methods. First method is remember the magic number 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32. Right. 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32. It is nothing but what? This magic number is related to what? Number of element in a
Group.
period. So there are two elements in first period, 8 element, second, 8 element, third, fourth, 18, fifth, 6th is 32. Okay, that is magic number. Now we know that lithium belongs to first period, right? Sodium second period, third period, fourth, fifth and sixth period element. We know that atomic number of lithium is 3, hydrogen, helium, lithium. Now to get the atomic number of second period, then take the atomic number of first element plus and add the second digit.
Second period lithium.
1 second. Yes. Okay. No, this is correct. Lithium, it is sodium. No, here is, yeah, that's right. Lithium is a second period. It is, yeah, third period, fourth, fifth, sixth period. Yeah, it is seventh period. If you do not write proper, period number also, you will get wrong. That's also correct. Okay, fine. Now this is the second period, third element. No, atomic number 3. Come on, tell me. Now sodium, it belongs to third period. Now to get the atomic number of third period element, add the second period element atomic number plus add the add the
Second.
Yeah, it means 8 plus 3, 11.
11 plus 8.
Next 11 plus here 11 plus
No sir, 11 plus 8. 11 plus 8 19. Sir, potassium. First period.
tell me sodium. No, 1 second. It is right, no? 11, no? Which number you added?
8.
Okay, next it is 11 plus 8, 19.
19 plus 18. Next.
Okay, next is 19 plus 18, 37. 37 plus
Plus 18.
again 18,
55.
55. 55 plus
32.
32,
87.
87. Okay, so this is one way. Okay, by remembering magic number you can add, or else
By noble gas.
yes, by remembering the atomic number of noble gases: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So helium is 2, it is 10, 18, 36, 54, 86. So here lithium is an element which comes after helium only, right? Hydrogen, helium, after helium, lithium. Since helium is 2, lithium must be 3, right? Next 10, 11, 18, 19, 36, 37, 54, 55, 86, 87. So whichever feel easy you can remember. Okay, but remembering noble gas atomic number is must. Okay, then questions are like this. Write down question. Which of the following set of atomic number related to same group? Which of the following set of atomic numbers related to same group? 10, 86, 53, 36, 2, 19, 56, 88, 54, 3. 38, 56, 88, 4, 10, 36, 55, so which of the following set of atomic number related to same group? Third option. How? Yeah. So you remember, these atomic number of elements, right? Next, suppose 38 is here. Which is a 36? Krypton. Krypton 36, no? Krypton 36, it means 38. Which element it is? 36, 37, 38. It means after 2 atomic number, which is comes? Second group. Alkali. Okay. That is alkaline earth metal. What are alkaline earth metal? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. Right. Yeah. Next, it is a krypton is 36. Then this 38 is element is strontium. Yes. 38. Okay. Then for this 38, no, add 18. Or else here only. It's 56 we want. 54 it is. 55, 56. Again 2. It means barium. Next, 86 is radon. 87, 88. After 2 atomic number, it should radon comes. 88. Okay. So by remembering the atomic number of noble gases, it is easy to identify the atomic number of any element in periodic table. That's possible. Okay. So this is the one way you can identify a given atomic number belongs to which group. And moreover, we have studied how to identify the period and block. That can also be done. Okay. So next, right? Classification of element based on chemical properties. Classification of element based on chemical properties. So last class we have completed classification based on what? Electronic configuration. So based on electronic configuration, elements are classified into how many blocks? 4 blocks. S block, P block, D block, F block. And so far we have completed how to identify S and P, D block and groups, periods, everything is in detail finished. Next is based on chemical property. So based on chemical properties, again elements are classified into 4 classes. That is 1, noble gases. Noble gases, yes. They are also called inert gases. Next, second class is representative element. Representative elements. They are also called normal elements. Normal elements also. Next, transition elements. And fourth one is inner transition elements. Right. Now here, see, here in all these 4 classes, one important point is we have to remember about electron filling. Students, remember here, noble gases. in noble gases, all the valence shell, valency, penultimate, antipenultimate. So we have studied which is called valency, penultimate, antipenultimate. It is a nucleus, first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit. You can write, go on, write many. So in a given atom, a last orbit is called nth orbit. That is a valency shell, right? Valence shell. It is denoted by n. Next, from last to second is n minus 1. It is called penultimate, which is a penultimate, right? From last to third is n minus 2, antipenultimate, right? Right. Now here important is, in noble gases, valency, penultimate, antipenultimate, all the subshells are completely filled with electron, right? That's what they are, noble gases. Whereas in case of representative element, only valency shell, that is n shell, is incompletely filled. Remaining two are completely filled with electron, right? Therefore in representative element, n minus 1 is incompletely filled. Then what about transition? In transition element, valency as well as n minus 1, both are
Element n minus 1.
no, sorry, it is n. Yeah, I said n minus 1. No, in representative only valence shell is incompletely, okay, only this is incompletely filled. Whereas in case of transition, ns and n minus 1, so these two orbitals are incompletely filled. That means outermost and penultimate, these two are incompletely filled where in transition. Whereas in case of inner transition elements, valency, that is n, penultimate n minus 1, antipenultimate n minus 2, all three are incompletely filled with electrons. Okay, this is one way. Next, another way, when comes to reactivity, in case of noble gases, all the shells are completely filled with electron and they are having most stability and no electrons involved in chemical reaction in noble gases. So that is one reason noble gases are called inert gases, because they are having stable electronic configuration. Why? All the orbitals are completely filled with electrons. Therefore in noble gases, all the orbitals are completely filled with electron, no electrons involved in the chemical reactions. Okay, you know that chemical reactions due to electron exchange or electron gaining, electron losing, electron sharing. Okay, if there is no electron exchange, no chemical reaction, right? So neutron proton sharing is not a chemical reaction. Neutron proton sharing losing, it comes in where? Nuclear reaction. That is very dangerous. And moreover, we don't study in chemistry. You might have in physics, that is nuclear exchange and all. We don't have chemistry. Okay, that's not related to us. So therefore there is a there is no exchange of electron in case of where valency, there is noble gases. When comes to representative element, only valency shell is incompletely filled. It means valency shell electrons only involved in the chemical reactions, right? Only n, that is nth shell or valence shell or outermost orbit electrons are involved in the chemical reactions. Then what about penultimate? This is in transition. In transition elements, valency shell as well as n minus 1 penultimate subshell, these two electrons are involved in chemical reaction. Whereas in case of inner transition, n minus 1, n minus 2, all three subshell electrons involved in the chemical reactions in terms of chemical reactions. Okay, then they have general electronic configurations, and that is as usual. Okay, now write down first noble gases. Tell me which elements are called noble gases. Now first tell me what is the property of noble gases. In these elements, valency shell is completely filled with electron. If I say valence shell, then we need not write n minus 1, n minus 2 are completely filled. It means all the shells are completely filled. So therefore first, in these elements, valence shell is completely filled with electrons, right? Next point. Come on, tell me, noble gases electronic configuration. What is the general electronic configuration of these noble gases? It is NS2 NP6. It is except helium. Right? This NS2 NP6 electronic configuration is called octet configuration. That means noble gases have octet configuration except is helium. Then helium has which electronic configuration? 1s2, which is called doublet electronic configuration. Important. Doublet electronic configuration. So all the noble gas having octet configuration, whereas helium has doublet electronic configuration. Next, what are the other names of noble gases? So this is already we have studied. They are also called inert gases, right? Next, they are also called rare gases. Next, aerogens. Next, they are also called rare. Yeah, written now. Tell me. Bridged element. They are also called, tell me, nulli valent element. Nulli valent element. Okay, nulli valent element. And tell me why they are called inert gases. They are chemically inert, right? They does not react with any other elements. So chemically inert because they are chemically inert. Can you tell me, they are chemically inert but they can form the compounds? Which elements? Yes, they can. They are usually chemically inert, but krypton and xenon can form the compound with the most electronegative element like fluorine and oxygen, right? They can form the compound with the fluorine and oxygen, but not any other elements. Why? The reason is krypton, xenon. Down the group, we know that down the group atomic size increases, ionization enthalpy decreases. Due to decreasing ionization enthalpy, their reactivity increases. This is we study in this topic later. So therefore, xenon has least ionization enthalpy in this group. Therefore, xenon can react easily with oxygen and fluorine. It forms a large number of compounds. Okay. So therefore, these two are exceptions. Other than this, so they are chemically inert. Next, why they are called rare gases? So because noble gases occur in air. Okay, they does not occur in any other source. The majority they occur in air. That too, they occur only 1% by volume in air. That means the noble gases occur in air only by 1% by volume. So therefore, since they occur very small quantity in air, therefore they are called rare gases. Next, in rare gases, they occur 1% in air. All right. In 1%. In 1% again, argon is the most abundant, and where xenon is least abundant. So which noble gas occur more quantity in air? That is argon. So therefore, argon is the most abundant, xenon is the least abundant noble gas in air. And what about radon? Radon is a radioactive element, right? It does not occur in air. Since radioactive, no, it occurs in radioactive sources, right? Like uranium sources, thorium sources. So therefore, radon is a radioactive element. It does not occur in air. Next, what about aerogens? Why they are called aerogens? Because they occur in air. No, since they occur in air, they are also called aerogens. Next, bridging element. So they form the bridge between most electronegative 17th group, because 18th group there is a 17th group. Okay, 17th groups are what? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. They are most electronegative element. Next, after 18th group, which is starts? First group, alkali metal. Alkali metals are most electropositive. It means 18 groups are, they are chemically inert in between most electronegative, most electropositive. Therefore, they are also called bridging element. They form the bridge between most electronegative and most electropositive element. Right? So therefore, because they form the bridge between most electronegative halogens and most electropositive alkali metals. Next, nullivalent element. So why they are called nullivalent element? Valence is 0. Nulli means 0. So because their valency, see students, valence different, valency different, or valence electron different. So valency indicate combining capacity. Valence electron indicates the number of electron in outermost. Both are different. So valency is 0, not valence electron. Okay. Next is general electronic. Written no? That's over. NH2NP6. It is about noble gases. Next is representative elements. Tell me, in representative element, what is the electron? In these element, no, in these electron, in these elements, where the electrons are incompletely filled. In these elements, valence shell is incompletely filled with electron, only valence shell, right? In these elements, only valence shell is incompletely filled with electron. Right? Only valence shell is incompletely filled with electron. That is, valence is Ns and of course Np also. Ns, Np orbitals are incompletely filled. So therefore, what is the general? Now tell me, which group elements comes this? S and P block except noble gas. If you take noble gas having completely filled, no. Right. So therefore, S and P block except noble gas elements are what? Representative element. Therefore, S and P block except 18th group or noble gas. Right. So it means that is which groups? First group, second group, 13th group, 14, 15, 16, 17, not 18. Right. So 1 to 13 to 17 group elements are representative elements. Next, what is the general electronic configuration of these? NS1 to 2. Jaid, you are understanding? Yes. So NS1 to 2, then NP 1 to 5, 1 to 6. If I write 1 to 6, it becomes 18th group also. You should write 1 to 5. This general electronic configuration of representative elements. Next, transition elements. Come on, tell me. In transition element, valency as well as penultimate n minus 1. So d subshell are incompletely filled with electron. Therefore, in these elements, valency shell, comma, penultimate shells are incompletely filled with electrons. Okay, that means Ns and n minus 1d. So these two subshells are incompletely filled with electron. Now come on, tell me. So which group elements comes under this category? Which group elements? All D block? Is it all D block comes under transition? Except 12th group. That is a D block elements important in bracket except 12th group. What are the 12th group elements? Zinc, cadmium, mercury. So zinc, cadmium, mercury are D block, but they are not transition. Why? Because zinc, cadmium, mercury have completely filled with electrons. They are completely filled with d electrons. It is a 3d10, no, 4d10, 5d10. So they have completely filled with d electrons. That is a n minus 1 is completely filled. Right. So therefore, as well as even Ns also, even elementary state as well as their common oxidation state. So therefore, zinc, cadmium, mercury are not a transition elements, right? But they are D block element. So therefore, now tell me which groups it is a 3 to 11th group. So 3rd to 11th group elements are transition. Then what about D block? 3rd to 12th group, no? D block. So 3 to 11th group are transition. These are the transition element, whereas 3rd to 12th group elements are D block. Now can I say like this? All transition elements are D block. All transition elements are D block, but all D block elements are not transition. How? If you take all D block, 12 also comes. If you take all D block, 12th group also come. 12th group is a D block, but not a transition. So therefore, all transition elements are D block, but all D block elements are not transition. Okay, next, what is the general electronic configuration? General electronic configuration of D block. Let's see D block. Next is transition. Come on, tell me. D block already we have studied. It is a noble gas. Ns 1 to 2, n minus 1, d 1 to 10 is a D block. Then what about transition?
Noble gas n minus 1 to 2, n minus 1, d 1 to 9.
Yeah, it is noble gas. Okay, Ns 1 to 2 will be there. Right, n minus 1, d 1 to, it should be 9 only. Okay. In some book they have given it is just similar to D block, but not correct. This is right. N minus 1 D 1 to 9. Okay. Next. So we also studied that transition elements are classified into 4 series now. Isn't it? That is D block element classified 4 series. 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D series. Okay. So that classification already done. Over. Next is inner transition elements. Tell me. Inner transition elements. Okay. Tell me, in case of inner transition elements, valency, penultimate and anti-penultimate, 3 orbitals are incompletely filled with electrons. Right? Tell me.
F orbital is completely filled in 1 or 3 and in Lorentz it is completely filled with F block 14 electron. Then it comes under inner transition.
Okay, I'll explain. Okay. In these elements, valence shell, comma, penultimate, comma, anti-penultimate. Shells are incompletely filled with electrons. Okay. Valency, that is Ns, Np. Penultimate, that is N minus 1d. Next, anti-penultimate N minus 2f. So all these 3 orbitals are incompletely filled with Ns, Np, Nd, Nf. 3 are incompletely filled. Incompletely filled either in elementary state or their common oxidation state. That is the definition, no? So you are asking question that Lawrencium atomic number is 103. We have studied electronic configuration. In electronic configuration, F is 14 is there, right? And S is 2 is there, right? D is 1 is there. Correct? Huh? No, yes, okay. That is a 7s. It is a 4 or 5? Yeah. 5. It is 6. Right. This is electronic configuration. In this electronic configuration, here, these are completely filled, no? It is a completely filled, no? Then how do you say this is a F block element? It is not F block element. But the definition is, we have studied in F block element topic. F block elements or inner transition elements have incompletely filled either in common elementary state, this is elementary state, or else in their common oxidation state. So what is the common oxidation state of this? They may have +3, +4, they have +3, no? +3 also, +4 also, +7 also, till +7. It means if you take any one of this, they may lose electron and they'll get partially filled, no? It means they have incompletely filled orbital either in elementary state or in common oxidation state. Okay, then you may have doubt. Why zinc is not having incompletely filled?
So +2 then S
Yeah, for a zinc, its electronic configuration is 4s2 3d10, right? Then its common oxidation state, there is only +2. Okay, there is no +1, +3, +4 also, +2. In +2 state, it loses 2 electron s orbital, it forms 310. It means even in common oxidation state also, it is having completely filled d orbital. It not supposed. That's what zinc, cadmium, mercury not a transition, because they are having completely filled orbital even in common oxidation state. Whereas when comes to F block element, if you take in common oxidation numbers, in their common oxidation states, they have incompletely filled orbitals. So therefore, they are inner transition elements. Right? Next, What is the general electronic configuration? See, generally inner transition are also called F block. There is no difference between F block and inner transition. So therefore all F block elements are inner transition. If no, they do not have NP. In generally NS NP outermost only.
0 sir.
Okay, so therefore all inner transition elements are F block. There is no exception here. So therefore that means inner transition also called F block. F block element electronic configuration already we have studied. What is the general electronic configuration of F block element? It is NS2 N minus 1 D 0 or 1 N minus 2 F 1 to 14. Next, inner transition elements also classified into two series. They also classified into two series. This is already we have studied. One 4F series. They are also called lanthanides, isn't it? Okay. Next, second one is 5F series. They are also called actinides. So which elements are lanthanides? From cerium 58 to lutetium 71 lanthanides. Which elements are actinides? Thorium 90 to lawrencium 103 or actinides. Okay. Then, so why lanthanides are called 4F series element? Why lanthanides are called 4F series element? Differentiating electron. Yes, because differentiating electron enter into 4F orbital. Actinides are also called 5F series. Differentiating electron enter into 5F orbital. Okay. Next, this 4F series or lanthanide also called rare earth element, isn't it? Because they occur very rarely in earth crust. Okay. So it is about inner transition elements.